Okay, good morning and welcome to this OYSTER Preincubator info session, where we'll share some information about the Preincubator. Preincubator is part of whole OYSTER program, OYSTER Incubator program, which started in the beginning of last year. And we have had once this Preincubator program in this OYSTER Incubator, and now we will have a second round. And okay, yeah, my name is Heikki Alimpeiti. I come from University of Oulu, and here together with me is Minna Komu, who is leading the OYSTER Incubator, and we will share some information about the Preincubator program. Okay, so why to have this kind of Preincubation program?
Yes, so the number of new health and life science companies in the whole Finland has declined significantly since 2016. And of course, we don't know the reason why. That's something that we don't know, but we thought that if we want to get that rate going higher, so if we want to have more companies to be established, we need to have this kind of like nurturing environment where we aim to provide the right information at the right time to help them getting started and going forward. So I think that was our number one reason why to have this kind of incubator program.
Yeah. So what is the difference between pre-incubation and incubation?
Yes, so in the area of health and life science, usually it takes several years. Like the average is between 5 and 10 years. What it is from an idea to enter the market. Of course, we do have, and this holds true for the ones who are under the medical device regulations. On well-being side, it's much faster. So because the route to the market is so long, it's important that in the very beginning, you are going towards the right direction so that the path can be as straight to the market as possible. So therefore we have this pre-incubator stage that is for 100 days. So about 14 weeks, and the aim is to validate the business idea. So the input to the pre-incubator is a person or people with the idea, and the output is then go or no-go decision to go for a company. And then there is the later stage, the incubator stage, where we more focus then on the real business development and how to get to the market.
Yeah, okay. What are the main elements in this pre-incubator program?
Yeah, so in the pre-incubator phase, so as said already, it is 100 days, about 14 weeks. Last fall, we had there 9 training modules. So one training module is either an afternoon session or a morning session. And last year we had 9, plus we visited Slush as an event. But this fall we are planning to have 10 elements there. And so the main elements are these training modules. Those are physically here at the OYSTER Incubator. We are located here in the Technopolis Kontinkangas, Kiviharjun Lenkki 1B. And the training modules provide the basic information about about how it is to start a company and how to identify the customer, the potential business models, the business development, validating the idea, how to raise funding, how to apply for funding, how to learn to pitch. And we also had a mentoring day. I'm sure I forgot something, but these kind of elements are the basic elements. In addition, the teams will get a dedicated coach who is there to support also between the modules.
Yeah. Okay, so why should one apply to the program?
Well, first of all, my heart truly beats for startups. That I have to admit. Like, it's a wonderful journey. It's amazing. So, first of all, you never know, you never know how much fun it could be actually to develop your own idea. And doing that all alone, especially if you're a scientist or if you're a student, and you don't really have that kind of like grasp on, or you don't really have the experience on how it is to run a company or how it is to run a business. I promise that at the Oyster Incubator, we will provide the information on the basic, about the basic elements, kind of like we will give you the toolbox and the instructions how to build. In addition, we are there on your side to follow that.
Yeah.
It goes well.
Yeah. So what are the requirements to apply to Preincubator? What are the main things to consider?
The main idea or the main requirement is just to have an idea. So that's the main requirement. Anything else is only extra. We highly appreciate if you have already a team member, because we don't truly encourage being a solo entrepreneur. But don't worry, if you're a person with the idea, but you don't have a team members, that's also something that we can help you, finding the proper team members. So pretty much what it requires is that you have an idea and you can allocate this about 3 hours slot on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis.
So
About that.
That is the commitment level, what
That's
is
the commitment,
kind of
exactly.
required. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the language is not an issue either. So as there is both the Finnish speaking participants as well as the non-Finnish speaking participants, so the training will be provided in English so that everyone can understand. But you can always ask in Finnish, so that's for sure. And we can also we have also coaches who are Finnish speaking and non-Finnish speaking. So we go with 2 languages.
Yeah. What about networks? What kind of networks we can provide?
Yeah. So first of all, like we already at the moment, so we are also running the incubator where we have 10 teams, and then immediately you will also get to network with them. But we also opened the whole Oulu Health doors. So Oyster Incubator program is a joint activity by the Oulu Health stakeholders. So Oulu Health also organizes a lot of events and gatherings and so on. So you will get, so we open doors to those networks. In addition, we are also linking us to the other startup communities, not only in Finland, so not only in Oulu, but also otherwhere in Finland. Like for example, at the Slush, there were a pre-event where the companies, the startup or the pre-incubator program participants can connect with the established startups. And like with Kuopio, then we have a tight connections to there and so on. So yes, we will also provide and open the doors to our networks as well, because it's pretty much so that your network is your net worth nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's very important thing, especially in this health and life science, because those are often very complex things to develop, and you need special experts and find that from network. So anything else, or should we get comments from one participant from first program?
Yeah. Well, I would like to encourage everyone. So this is totally free of charge. So you don't need to pay anything to enroll in the pre-incubator program. You will get the like-minded people around you. we are there. So Heikki is one of our coaches. So there will be coaches like Heikki and myself and so on to support you going further with your ideas. So, and if there is any questions, you can always contact any one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we get some ideas and comments from TSV? Michael, he was participating in that first pre-incubator program, and now he is participating in incubator program. So TSV, you can give some words.
Okay, thank you, Heikki and Minna. So, hi everyone. My name is Tejasvi Mysore, co-founder of Chain Peptides OY, and I am happy to share briefly about our experiences with the OYSTER pre-incubator at Oulu Health in the last autumn in 2024. We participated in the pre-incubator program in 2024, and I can confidently say that it was the first right step for us for the innovation and startup journey with pre-incubator OYSTER. At Chain Peptides, we are developing products for chronic wounds such as diabetic foot ulcers or venous ulcers. When we started our journey with OYSTER, we thought like we came up with this idea of chronic wounds, but we didn't investigate much about the markets or the regulatory class or what class of medical device it belongs to, or the business models, for example, lean business model. But at Oyster in pre-incubator, we learned all those, and I believe the coaches are very friendly. I can say super friendly. Whatever you need, you can ask them, and they will find solution for your product development, or if you need some help with the business development or medical devices, for example, so regulatory affairs, for example, you can get those help from them. I think those modules are very structured in a way that it will suit the pre-incubation phase, and it helped us to refine our market. For example, we did know this TAM, SAM, and SOM. For example, total addressable market, total serviceable obtainable market, or serviceable addressable market. So we all figured that out during the pre-incubation phase, and currently we are in incubation phase with the Oyster, and we are very happy with them. And the coaches are very knowledgeable, and they help you with developing your startup phase, and they want to see a success. So that is the whole idea of this Oyster incubator, and I highly recommend whoever has an idea, they can already apply and join this very fun entrepreneurial journey, which we highly recommend. Thank you.
Thank you, TSV, about sharing your experience.
Yes, thank you.
I could add here something that at the moment we have a high versatility of the participants. I think that we are pretty much covering the whole age group, from just graduated people all the way to those who are considered senior in their work career. And we have people who has a science background, so we have many of those, but we also have people that are pretty freshly graduated ones, and we also have people who have been working in other businesses, and then now they have an idea for the health and life science. So I can honestly say that we are super versatile group.
Yeah, and also the kind of expected customer base is quite versatile, from baby to old people.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.